Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spence, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helton in the building. What's up, man?
How are you? I'm blessed and highly favored. Praise Jesus. How are you? Praise the Lord.
I'm good, man. Thanks for asking. Are you so I know it's Sunday. Yeah. All right. What are you getting at, man?
I just feel like I should say praise Jesus because I mean one of us got some feedback that was very negative. I'll say very negative. It chastised us for talking about Charlie Kirk's memorial. Saying that there was Charlie worship there when, if I recall correctly, at that time, both of us said we hadn't even seen it.
No, we didn't watch it.
All we saw was the Charlie worship that was going on.
Yeah, I like to call it
the memorial.
Yeah. I like to call it glazing.
Yeah, all we saw was that glazing. So we didn't see the memorial. You were informed that it was a service where people were worshiping God, and that's what it was. I was like, oh, so guess maybe we got it wrong. Then I started looking at some stuff from the Charlie Kirk memorial. Now, I will say this. Mm-hmm. His wife forgave the killer. That is Christian. That's Christian. She forgave the man that killed her husband. That's Christian.
Right. Yeah. That's all you got.
Worshiping God. I don't know. I ain't never seen. Okay, so your family is in the funeral business.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen anybody have fireworks and sell merchandise at a funeral?
I mean, he was a star, man. He was a
That's a yes or no question, Mr. Spencer.
Of course, I haven't. But this was Charlie Kirk, man. This was the martyr.
But we're worshiping God. We're worshiping God. Okay, all we did was worship God. This was no Charlie worship. Did you? I mean, is that normal?
I haven't seen it, but I mean, this is Charlie Kirk, man. He's on another level.
Is it normal for Tucker Carlson? For Tucker Carlson to stand there and compare Charlie to Jesus because Charlie told the truth and they hated him, and Jesus told the truth and they hated him. Is that normal?
I mean, that's similar. That's similar, right?
Is that worship of God? Is it worship of God when Stephen Miller gets up there and talks about how their enemies are going to fail and they have nothing and they had nothing and we built this country? Is that worship of God?
It's worship.
And the crowd is cheering. The worship of God. The crowd is cheering for Stephen Miller when he says this. Is it worship of God when Donald Trump, your president, stands up there and says, I hate my enemies and I want my enemies to fail, and the crowd is cheering? Is that worship of God?
Now, he said the feedback we got was he didn't agree with Trump.
I don't care if you don't agree with it. You voted for him, and you will tell Eric that you don't agree with it, but you will never speak out anywhere else and say you don't agree with it.
That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right.
So who? That's kind of hypocritical to me. You don't agree with it, but you won't say it's wrong. And you're gonna say you question whether I follow Christ, and yet all of this. But Charlie can say praise Jesus, and then can say intelligent black women with degrees don't have the brain processing power to be taken seriously, and that they're taking a white man's job. Charlie can say that.
He said he didn't agree with that part either.
Oh, it's a whole lot of stuff Charlie say you don't agree with, but he's a great Christian. So don't question me. Ask my community, am I a Christian? But more than that, I don't care if you ask them, ask God. You saw some YouTube clips of Charlie at church, and Charlie was saying the right things, praise Jesus. And then you ignored all the other vile things that he said. Guess what? I got some YouTube clips too of me praising Jesus. Watch them. Maybe you'll think I'm a Christian. But at the end of the day, you got nowhere to put me. And I guarantee you that I have more love for God's people than Charlie did. But you can feel the way you want to feel.
Yeah.
Don't send no text about it. Just don't listen anymore.
Ooh. Yeah, we got some I call it feedback. I'd call it a rant also.
It was a rant.
I call it a rant. But again, we get attacked every podcast. I'm kind of getting used to it, aren't you?
I'm to the point where I ain't even going to check them no more.
Are you done with them? You got to,
man. I'm done checking them because the name calling and these are grown adults who would never ever say it in your face.
No.
I want to call people names and you know what triggers me? Low IQ. Come on, come on, buddy.
But that's the world we live in, man. Like people call themselves Christian. They say they're Christians and Christian conservatives. But what does that really mean now? I feel like there's been a line drawn, man. Like there's the Christians versus the Christian conservatives or Christian nationalists. There's a difference, right?
Christian nationalists, yeah. Christians, Christians should be by nature morally conservative. But it's these Christian, and let's just, what Charlie was, these white Christian nationalists. Got to put the whole word together.
Yeah.
That put nation over God and then try to use God to make it seem like it's all about God when it's all about nation. Christians love everybody, even if they don't like them. I'm sure this fella already knows. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like the way he carries himself. I don't like the things that he does. I don't like the things that he says. I don't like him. But I pray for him every night because that's what Christians do. We love our enemies. That don't mean we don't call them out. Tucker Carlson just said Jesus called out folk and they hated him. We call out folk and we're not Christian.
Yeah, they hate us.
But Charlie can say stuff that makes zero sense. He can say stuff that's vile, that does not, it doesn't line up with anything with the word of God. No respect for, he says racist things, misogynistic things, but that's okay.
Yeah, and that's what I told him. I said the stuff that he's putting out, like him talking about these people with low IQs or don't have the brain capacity to. I was like, really? I said, this is propaganda. Like, that the stuff like that can be dangerous if you put it out. Hitler did these same things to the Jews.
You like I said, his last words was a dog whistle. You mean gang violence?
And bam, just like that.
So it's okay for Charlie Kirk to do that. And you have no question about he's a great Christian and he's in heaven now. Yeah. But you got issues with us, and I say in particular me, I ain't gonna speak for Eric. In particular me, because I call out something that you don't like.
Well, I mean, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Even if it's wrong.
Even if it's wrong, if you come an attack, and that's what it felt like, kind of an attack.
It felt like an attack. I'm sure you've asked this person to come on here and talk.
I have several times, and they refuse. So
I promise you, we'd have a better conversation if you came on here and talked than what you're sending.
Right, definitely, because it's different, man. You get on camera, it's a little different.
Yeah, but you can type whatever. Oh boy, let me tell them this. Let me tell them that. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna tell you that's how I feel.
Yeah,
and don't ever, I mean, you can question me all you want to. At the end of the day, you don't gotta like me. I know who loves me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's really what it's about. Like, show people. Don't just say I'm a Christian. Show people love, man. There's no way you can stand behind Trump and really consider yourself a Christian. It's hard for me to
And
get it. I
here's the
don't
thing,
understand that.
and you can say, I don't agree with what he said. Well, why don't you speak out?
Yeah.
But you're gonna stay in the closet and say, I don't agree with what he said. Or I don't agree when Charlie said that, but he was a great guy. Which one is it?
Yeah, it can't be both.
Well,
I'm not saying he was perfect. He didn't have to be perfect, but the stuff he was putting out was so vile, like you said.
because
Just can't stand behind that.
Christians aren't perfect.
Right.
Nobody's perfect. People that God calls aren't perfect. You know why God calls imperfect people? Because he don't have anybody else to choose from. Because none of us are perfect.
Numbers are perfect.
But don't martyr this guy.
But you're trying to act like a lot of people, not just, I'm not saying him in particular, but a lot of people are just saying that he was sent here to bring Christianity to the forefront. And I'm like, really? Was he?
Yeah,
What I got?
mean, is this? It's not the Christianity. This ain't the Jesus I know.
No. And it makes Christianity look a certain way, man. I don't like the way they're making it look. It's not the same. It's not the Christianity I know.
Yeah, the Jesus I know loved the immigrant. The Jesus I know loved everybody.
Right.
The Jesus I know had hair like wool and feet like burnished brass.
Right. But at some point, these guys, they were Christian too.
There you go.
They were Christian.
And
they identified
same
as
mindset.
Christian. Same mindset, bro. You gotta think about what you're saying, because these guys, the Ku Klux Klan, were a Christian organization.
And here's the thing, Eric. We can say this. We can talk about this for an hour, and they're not gonna change their minds.
And we're not here to do that. We're not here to change anybody's mind, right? I'm not.
No. I would love to have a real conversation. We can't have those now because their feet are dug in.
People we've chosen a side. Everybody's picked a side, and they're gonna stand on it. There's no changing it, and that's fine, I guess. I mean, it's not a good place to live, though.
It's not fine. It's not fine. And the only way it's gonna get better is we got to pray. I mean, we got to sincerely pray for change and for God to show himself real. Now, here's the thing. If God going to show himself real, that doesn't mean that everything's going to be smooth. I mean, it might take a real tragedy.
Yeah.
To bring people together.
We've said that before. Remember, we were talking about, man, when 9/11, 9/11 came together, people prayed together. It was a tragedy, but people were united. I hope it doesn't take that now, but
it's going to take something.
It's going to take something, though. We're in a bad spot.
But we are in such a position now that when things happen, people are going to point fingers. And right at this point, sorry for saying this, who's pointing all the fingers?
Yeah, they're pointing, but they're pointing the finger, but a lot of the fingers, they go back to them. Like it goes back to them.
They don't see that. Instead of saying that we all need to come together, this needs to stop, you're going to say the left is doing this and the left is doing that. And that's not unifying. Because really, if you want to use your numbers, it's more from the right.
Yeah.
But people on the left ain't saying that. People on the left saying, look, we need better gun control laws. We need to come together. But a person on the right has said it's that radical left. And here's where my problem lies with that whole party, is instead of saying, hey, we all need to come together, they're parroting the exact same thing he said.
Yeah, you're only as strong as your leader, man. The leader of this country is weak and tender. He's tender. He's tender.
Yeah, so you can get a text saying, hey, well, we know how you feel. Yes, you know how we feel.
Yeah.
We don't know how you feel because we know you may tell Eric you don't agree, but you won't say nothing about it.
Yeah, come on the show. You're invited again. I'm inviting you. Come on the show. Tell us how you feel. If you feel like we're just dogging out Trump and you feel like you want to defend him,
Feel
please
free.
do.
Feel free.
Because I think we put it pretty clear, like we did not condone what happened to Charlie Kirk by any means.
No, nobody deserves to go out like that.
No.
Even though Charlie wanted public executions.
Yeah, he mentioned
sponsorships.
Yeah. But not like that. He didn't deserve that. And his kids didn't
deserve it. No, his kids didn't deserve it.
No, his family.
And like I said, his wife forgave the killer. And they got so many conspiracy theories. I'm gonna say his alleged killer, but she forgave him. That is Christianity.
There you go. And maybe we can get past talking about this guy, man. I don't know. I hope. I'm done. Like, I'm done.
Oh man, Charlie Kirk Day coming up in a few weeks.
Well, we're done until then.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't want to talk about him. I ain't even want to talk about that text, but it had to be addressed.
Well, no, it had to be addressed because for one thing, he's a listener to the show, obviously. And I appreciate all listeners. And shout out to Nay, that KP. Shout out to him. He's a guy always gets on there, always showing love. You know, I feel like we should do that.
We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. And inbox me, so I can get you some merch too. And but yeah, I had to address because, like you said, he listens to the show. I know it's controversial, some of the things we say, but it's never out of hate. It's never out of anger.
No, it's never. You have gotten me more angry than I've ever been on this podcast.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure. I challenge things, and we don't always agree on things, and it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, but we can disagree, but we don't have to be disagreeable.
There you go.
Where the problem comes with your text is when you begin to question people's character.
Yeah,
that is the issue.
Yeah, and don't think that we have to think like you. Like we can't, certain things we can't relate on. Like you and I, fundamentally, we agree on a lot of the same things as black men that he will never see.
He'll never understand it. He'll never understand it. He's never lived in our skin.
I don't
Just
expect
as we've never lived in his skin.
Right.
And I was telling you earlier, I think he's probably seen the algorithm with Charlie speaking at church. And looking at Charlie in church is a whole lot different than hearing the other stuff that Charlie said. So he's probably got a picture of Charlie that we know ain't the whole picture.
Yeah, exactly. But on a brighter note, Jimmy Kimmel is back. I guess that's bright. I don't watch it, but he's back. Did you catch the first show?
No, I actually stayed up to watch it, but then I remembered we had Sinclair. They wasn't showing him.
We probably do too. I just caught the clip on YouTube.
Yeah, that's how I ended up watching it. What is it? Freedom of speech.
That's what I thought. I thought he did a great job. I mean, I didn't have a real issue what he said the first time.
Now, of course, you and I didn't, because we know how Trump is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure MAGA loyalists had a problem with what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But all he did was show what Trump did.
Yeah. But now I will say this, some of the conservatives that I've seen, they are against censorship. They're against Trump getting involved in this altogether. I have seen that a lot.
You do see that a lot, and they should be. But, and they are, because they want to say the hateful things they want to say.
Yeah, and they should be able to. That's the thing. And Charlie Kirk, he should have been able to. I'm not against what you're saying, but that doesn't mean I have to
without fear for his life.
Yeah, without fear. You're like,
I don't have to agree with it.
I don't have to agree with it. I'm not going to stand by it, but you should have the right of free speech, period.
Yeah. Now you have, but and here's the thing, and they will tell you have the right to free speech, but you not free of the repercussions that come from your free speech.
Not free of the consequences. Exactly. That's the thing. Well, while we're talking about free speech, we got to talk about this tweet. Are you familiar with Laura Loomer?
What a
She says, it hurts my heart. She tweeted this out. It hurts my heart that we have ghetto black bitches who hate America serving in Congress. And she's referring to Jasmine Crockett. When you hear something like this, what comes to mind?
racism.
101.
I mean, that's all it is. That's racist.
Ghetto black.
Hey, but somebody gonna say she's a good Christian.
Oh, I'm sure she's a Christian. I'm sure.
This is where we are. This is why we're in the position that we're in. And you can't tell me that this all didn't start at the top. And the top has made these people feel emboldened to say whatever. If Bush was president, do you think you would have seen something like that?
No. It wasn't that time. This is a different time with a different president who has no respect for people, and neither do some of his followers.
And his followers don't either. So this is where we are. And it's going to take years to come back from this. This is that whole make America great again. This is where we're going, where hatred is everywhere and it's out in the open.
Yeah, it's here. It's here to stay for a while. I pray, like you said, it's going to take prayer.
It's going to take prayer. That's, at the end of the day, that's all we got, because some of these people are so hard-hearted that you can't change it.
Yeah. And again, she has a right to say this.
She has a right to say it.
Even though it's disgusting and racist, that's her right. I mean, it's disgusting though. But
and Jasmine has a right to blow back at her too.
And with her looking like this, she just might. This woman's 32 years old.
You a lie.
I promise God, she's 32.
She got city miles.
Yeah. She look rough.
32.
You got to be careful with you. She's 32, bro.
You mean 132?
32. She look about at least 62. It's bad. But yeah, no, she has a right to say that, but that's kind of where we are in society, man. Like, people are just being nasty. And again, not to go back to Kirk, but he was saying these same things, especially about black women. Oh, you may take this picture down.
Yeah, please take her down. Please take her down.
But yeah, well, people are still getting canceled. Play this clip for you right here. This Clemson University. They're talking about defunding Clemson because 3 employees posted a social media post about Charlie Kirk last week. This is what they had to say.
For more than 3 hours, Clemson University's Board of Trustees met behind closed doors as they received legal advice over personnel matters. This comes days after the social media post of a total of 3 employees and faculty came under scrutiny.
We find that entirely unacceptable. We cannot have that kind of speech here on campus.
Clemson College Republicans condemning the social media post of an employee and 2 faculty members after conservative activist Charlie Kirk's assassination.
We had one who basically declared it to be karmic justice. We had another who was celebrating, who was reveling in the death of Charlie, and a third, and ultimately the most egregious, who said in a world of Charlie Kirk's, be a Tyler Henderson.
The students have gained support nationally and from the state for showing those posts. Members of the South Carolina Freedom Caucus were on campus and threatened to defund the university if they didn't take action.
Our taxpayers in South Carolina, they do not want to be funding the woke.
We do not want to be defunding, or we do not want to be funding the woke.
You know, woke is not the insult you think it is.
Right.
So basically, people getting canceled because, so basically the right is trying to cancel people.
That's what they're doing right now.
The ones who are against cancel culture, they're trying to cancel people because they're saying something. And all this stuff, Trump is a big baby.
Yep.
And, and I've said, and you may get a text. At this point, I don't care. Everything that we raise our children not to be, Trump is, and it's funneling down, and now people are doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
Brother, you letting MAGA down, Eric.
I good. I hope I let it go away. So we don't like, we believe in freedom of speech. We can say what we want. We can make fun of George Floyd's death
and Trayvon Martin and Sandra Bland and others.
We can we can raise money for Kyle Rittenhouse, Charlie. But when somebody says something about you, oh, you got a problem with it.
Yeah, because we're supposed to shut up.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can say stuff, I can say stuff too.
Yeah. It's not set up that way, man. It's not set up like that.
It's sad.
So these people could lose their job. We've seen other people lose their jobs over social media posts over Charlie Kirk and lose scholarships, get kicked out of college for a tweet.
But they should have freedom. Now the last one, first off, the last one that was too far.
Which one?
In a world full of Charlie Kirks.
There'd be yeah.
That was too far. Those other two, if you can't tell me that there's not some karma to what happened to Charlie, you crazy.
Now, well, so my question really is, with the way things are going, do we need to redefine freedom of speech and have a clear distinction of freedom of speech and hate speech? I know there is, but it's like it's blurry right now.
But hate speech is covered under freedom of speech.
It is, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Oh, it's dangerous, but at this point, if you try to redefine it, all it's going to do is going to be, as long as you say things that agree with the current administration and their mindset, then you're good. But if you say things that are contrary, then you're violating it. So leave it alone.
Yeah, you can't go against the king. That's what it comes down to. Don't speak against the king.
And that's what you people wanted a king. You got one.
You got a king now, man. You go against the king, you're gonna get dealt with. But moving on, man. They talk about a colorblind society. Hear a lot of people, especially on the right, how we shouldn't look at color. And Martin Luther King said, look at the content of your character. But it feels like when it comes to crime, when it comes to fatherless homes, it seems like color and race always play a part.
You like to bring up color a lot, don't you?
I don't. Can you help me understand that? I don't get it. Help me.
Because these people say a colorblind society don't mean a colorblind society. They mean a white dominant society.
Yeah, because I hear that. I'm like, yeah,
so
it's okay.
We don't want you to use. We don't want you to use your color as justification for something that might have happened to you. When a lot of times it is why it happened to you. So we're just gonna say it's a colorblind society, but we want all white. What we really want is all white men. Women, y'all not excluded in this whole thing. Don't kid yourself.
Yeah, white ones too.
Yeah, women, period. But that's what it is. If I try to say we have a colorblind society, then I can go back and look at all this stuff. If we had a colorblind society, Trump never would have been in office.
That's the reason he is in office. It played off the fear of white men. That was all it was. It was just fear.
That was all it is. He started this stuff when Obama was in office, and he kept riding that wave. If we had a colorblind society, he never would be here. And guess what? We'd be a whole lot better off than we are now.
Now, could we ever get to that point? Let's say Trump was never elected, because I felt like we were getting to a point, honestly, where
Trump was never elected.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see where this world would be.
Me too.
Where this world would be.
Because I feel like
there's an alternate universe somewhere where Hillary got elected instead of Trump. I bet you it's a whole lot better.
It was like a Saturday Night Live skit that you're talking about, really. Yeah, I mean, really, it would have been different, because these kids of today, a lot of them don't even really associate with, like, they don't think about racial issues anymore, which is unfortunate sometimes.
Yeah, but it's about to come with the next generation. That's all they're gonna think about.
All they're gonna think about now.
Yeah, that's an alternate universe. You watch Peacemaker?
No, never heard of it.
I mean,
Is it good?
it's on Max. It's good. It's a superhero, but it's like a comedy. And he had accidentally killed his brother, and he had killed his father, and he went into this chamber and was in an alternate universe. In this alternate universe, his brother's alive and his dad's alive, and they're superheroes working together. And the woman that he's in love with on this universe, she's in love with him, and it's like this great utopia, and he loves it. And his friends went into that universe to try to get him to come back, and it's like 4 or 5 of them, and one of them's black. So they all came in and they're trying to bring him together, and he's like, man, this place is great. I love it here. I can't leave here. And they're walking through, and this woman is like, you notice something about this place? He was like, what? She said, there's no people of color. So he takes the flag. It's got the stripes, and it's got like the sickle and hammer. It's got the Nazi symbol as part of the flag, and they see his black friend walking, and everybody's chasing him. It's sometimes all in the universe that you think is great ain't really that great.
It was great. It was great until somebody told him it wasn't, though. That's
until somebody told him it was. Yeah, and that his little black friend is just walking down the street because she don't know, and then white people see her, and the whole neighborhood start chasing after her. See? It's great till you realize it ain't.
Yeah, it's great when it's not you.
That's right. We're in a point now where we realize it ain't great.
It ain't that great.
And making America great again, going back to the 60s, it wasn't great for us then either.
Right. Yeah. Well, have you heard about like that white parents are giving their kids the talk? Have you heard about that?
What, about the police?
No, here it is.
If you're a Christian white parent who loves the Lord and loves your children, that you need to have the talk. And the talk that we're referencing is the talk that takes your children according to their maturity at the proper time, the appropriate time, and says, there are certain parts of town that you cannot go. And there are certain people that you cannot be around.
Yep.
If they're black strangers, there is 30 times more danger.
Yeah, the talk, man. It's like just explaining to your kids, like, hey, be careful out here. This is crazy.
So this is a follower of Christ.
He's a pastor, Pastor Baum. Yeah, he's
leading people to hell. I mean, this is what you're saying, and you see nothing wrong with that.
He's having the talk. The talk,
man. Yeah,
he's having
a talk. Yeah, he's having a talk. You know what? God gonna hold him accountable for that. But he's a pastor because he said at some point he said, "Praise Jesus," and they listen to every foolish thing. If there's no kickback to that man saying stuff like that, there's a problem. If people don't get up and walk out of the congregation when he says stuff like that, there's a problem.
I'm sure some people don't like that.
But do they say anything? Quit being the silent majority.
That's what you need, more people to speak up and speak out. But again, like I said, these guys, they were Christian too. Remember them?
Oh yeah, allegedly.
They were Christian. They were a Christian organization.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be.
So yeah. Yeah, I didn't know about the talk, man. I didn't know. I mean, if you are a white listener, are you having a talk? Are you having this discussion with your child at a certain age? Do you tell them to fear black people, to be mindful of the neighborhoods and they go to, and that you are?
If you are, please explain to us why.
Yeah, I want to know. I didn't know.
Now, it's one thing if you say, hey, you probably don't need to go to this area. It's another thing if you tell them, look, if they black, you better not fool with them. Because there's a 30 times more likely, they go with them numbers, 30 times more likely they'll jump on you
Where did these numbers come from? That's why.
They come out of the sky because white people commit crimes against white people and black people commit crimes against black people. That's what it happens because of proximity.
I wonder what those stats look like in a colorblind society. But yeah, that's the talk.
You'll
man.
never know, bro. You'll never know.
I guess not. But yeah, so hey man, let's react, man. We had a little we read the book, man.
We read the book.
Shout out to us. What was your reaction to the book?
I thought it was a really good book. I thought it was really interesting getting into the weeds of what happened. And really in reading the book, the little excerpts that they had, the whole I would have chose Pete Buttigieg. It wasn't as explosive as people try to make it sound. She was basically saying, yeah, that's who I had the best rapport with. That's who I had the best relationship. But I knew this ticket couldn't win.
Yeah.
That's it. It wasn't putting 10 walls down. It was just saying this was the guy that we worked together the best with, but I knew we couldn't win. I really enjoyed it. Now we saw Joe, and I think she saw Joe's age and his aging throughout this campaign. I think he wanted the best for her, but he was just an old man who really didn't know. He didn't know how to handle things.
See, I disagree. I don't think he wanted the best for her. I think he was a hater. I feel like Joe was hating a little bit, and his wife. His wife was really a hater.
I ain't gonna talk about his wife. I don't, but I think now Joe called her before the debate.
That was nasty. Called her right before the debate to tell about, hey, I don't think these guys are gonna support you
because you've been talking about me.
Like, that was petty. That was petty, man.
That, but that's really the only thing I saw. I think a lot. Now Joe. I think Joe did some stuff, like he put on the MAGA hat. Joe was trying to be funny.
Joe was old and out of touch, which we all will be at some point in our life. We live long.
Yeah,
be out of touch.
Yeah, the only issue I had with him was the call.
Yeah, I didn't like the call. I just didn't like that he didn't want to get out. He waited too long to get out, obviously.
That was ego. We knew that the whole time. That was his ego.
It was his ego. He didn't go on to, endorse her right away. He waited.
Well, he didn't wait. Well, he waited like 5 minutes. He wanted to wait, but she was like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he actually came out and said it, but he wanted to wait longer. Like, dude, we can't wait.
No, look how much time we got and look what's going on. And
yeah.
So, yeah, I really think he was an old man who just, he didn't know how to handle not being in the spotlight anymore. In his mind, he said, I'm the only one that could beat Trump. And to this day, he's the only one who has beaten Trump.
Yeah. But like I said, society was behind him at that time. They
were. He was not Trump.
He was not Trump. People were against what was going on. We had the pandemic going on. You had George Floyd.
Yeah,
a lot of factors. A lot of factors.
Yeah,
What stood out to me was that the dog whistle, the racist black woman tropes that she talked about in the book. You never really heard her address it until this book. She's talking about
she tried to fly above it. Yeah,
she tried to fly above it, but she talked about it. I like that.
That's it. And she was on the phone with Trump, and he was charming and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about, wow, I understand what people say. And she said, and then I remembered, he's a con man. Yeah,
yeah. On the day that he won, he was all nice and sweet to her, and I just finally got your name right. It's Kamala, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful name.
Beautiful name.
Oh, my daughter Ivanka loves you.
Yeah, talking out crazy. Another thing that misstep. She talked about her mistakes. One of the mistakes was not engaging more with white males in the manosphere. She skipped out on the well, she didn't skip out. It was some schedule conflict. Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan kept rescheduling stuff.
Yeah, he kept rescheduling, which I think was kind of. I think
he did. He was stringing her along.
He was stringing along. But she mentioned that a lot of these males during the pandemic, white men kind of gravitated towards the Manosphere and Andrew Tate and all these guys.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. I said, that's a real thing. That really happened because their algorithms, like they kept getting these videos and they kept following. Yep. And it's where we are now. These guys are doing a lot of the killing that's going on, the school shootings.
Yeah. And speaking of that, prayers to the people, the church that got shot today.
In Michigan.
Yeah. And prayers to them. It's a scary thing when you can't go worship. Yeah. There used to be at least some things that were off limits. Nothing's off limits now.
Yeah. In Southport, in North Carolina, a shooting at a restaurant from a boat. It's just it's sad.
I mean, I know we're talking about Kamala's book, but that just hit me when you're talking about, these people are doing the shootings. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought it would.
Yeah.
And like you got a real look. You got a real look at how she felt about things.
And I think really it gave hope. Like I didn't feel like she was getting out of politics. I felt like she was setting herself up.
Yeah. When you hear the excerpts, you think she's burning all these bridges. When you read the book, no, she's really not.
No, she's being honest. She's being real. You can kind of see behind the scenes on why people supported her. You can see why people stood behind her. Even some of the people that didn't, like Biden. He still, I think he did. He was hating a little bit, but like I said, it was his ego and pride.
It was his ego. Yeah. I mean, it was his ego. He was elected president. He beat Donald Trump. He got more votes than anybody ever. Mm-hmm. So it was a little ego. His ego was bruised.
Yeah, and it wasn't an excuse book either. It wasn't a book to say, well, this is why I lost. It was a book saying, like, okay, this is why I lost. This is what I did wrong.
Yeah, this is what I messed up. This is what I should have done differently.
Yeah, I like that about her, man. I saw her in a different light, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I did. I really did. So.
But yeah, good book. I recommend it, man. Check it out.
I do too.
So question to you, man. I know that you're a pastor, man, and I know you stand for what's right. I know you do, man.
There goes something I'm gonna get in trouble for. Go ahead.
You're not, man. It's just something you sent me, a black woman. What a transition going from this positive black woman president, vice president. But this black woman's facing 10 years in prison for using food stamps to buy food for a bake sale. I don't have a problem with it. Am I wrong? I don't have a problem with it.
Man, it's against the law, man. It's against the law. I do think black people are overreacting because it's punishable to up to 10 years in prison, and black people automatically saying she gonna get 10 years. That woman ain't gonna get 10 years. If she get 10 years for that, then we need to revisit that one. But
what state is she in?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
But this is probably federal, though.
It is federal. It's federal. Yeah.
Yeah. 10 years. I was like, wow. I was like, I know I've purchased or seen. I'm sorry. I've seen people,
be careful. Be careful.
I've seen people purchase food stamps before in the past. I've seen people do that. Didn't really think of it as being illegal. I thought it was,
Well, it was illegal.
I thought people just helping. They had some extra. They couldn't use it all.
Look, ignorance of the law is no excuse. You can't tell me you didn't know that was illegal. I'm not saying I don't know people who have bought food stamps, but then people knew it wasn't right.
But see,
that is against the law.
To me, this is actually people, pulling himself up by the bootstraps, man. She's using this money to buy food for a sale to make money so she can get off of food stamps, possibly. Right? She's using it for greater good.
She even got a GoFundMe. She got a GoFundMe page
to get her out of this, for a lawyer and stuff.
Yeah. But she knew it was wrong.
Mm.
And you know what, my big, we all know people who have sold food stamps.
Yeah.
Those people did not put on Facebook what they were doing.
Did she put what she was doing, or did she just put that she was having a bake sale?
She put that she was having a bake sale.
Somebody knew she got food stamps.
Somebody knew she got food stamps and put two and two together and told.
Snitched. Go ahead and say what it is.
Yeah, yes. Somebody snitched. Now that is a friend you don't need.
I hate her. They saw her hustling, because this is hustle, man. To me, this is hustling. This is not really. I don't look at this as illegal, man. Sorry, it might just be
me. It's illegal. It is hustling. It's illegal. But when you hustling, you gotta be with. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
But 10 years is crazy. 10 years.
She ain't gonna get no. She may just get here, pay this back, and here's a. Then she may get here's a fine, and here you gonna be on probation. I don't, if she get 10 years, we'll revisit this and say, yeah, y'all was doing too much.
But the ultimate thing, you know, the worst penalty would be to take away your food stamps.
She got 5 kids.
Right. That would be enough punishment to say, all right, you're not getting food stamps anymore. I hope not. That's not the case.
And it may, I don't know the complete rules. It may be wording in there will say if you commit fraud with these food stamps, because that's what she did, you will forfeit future benefits. Now, and that very well, if I'm writing the laws or whatever, that's something I would put in there.
Well, this is what's going on the right. They've been trying to fight against, you know, who can get food stamps and make them take mandatory drug tests. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I didn't have a problem with that, to be honest. I know I'm joking about this, but really, if people don't need this money, you know, because we're paying for it.
Yeah.
You and I, all these taxpayers, we're paying for this. So
you know, as we've said before, I'd rather 5 people who don't need it get it than one who needs it not get it.
But don't abuse it.
I agree.
Don't abuse it. Don't abuse the system. Even though this lady, she hustling.
She's abusing the system. And there are consequences, repercussions for abusing the system.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I want to see 10 years. We have to follow this. We say this all the time. Let's keep up with this one. I want to know if she's going to get 10 years or not. I hope not.
There's no way. There's no way she'll get 10 years. And she shouldn't have done it.
But you know, sometimes people like to make examples.
Listeners who might be selling food stamps, don't do it. If you do it, don't put it on Facebook.
If you do it, holler at me.
See, there you go.
I'm just kidding. Oh man. I know. Yeah. But yeah, another thing, man, going on. This is another question. As a pastor, I know I come at you every week as a pastor, but I gotta know.
That's fine.
There's always something that comes up. Should churches teach members how to budget before they ask them to tithe? And the reason I say this, I want you to hear this clip.
Coat of mascara.
Brother,
Jewish rabbi said something to me years ago, John, that completely messed me up. I was living in Baltimore at the time, and a rabbi said to me, stop asking your people to tithe. I said, what did you say? He said, stop asking your people to tithe. I said, I can't do that. How am I going to do the function of the church and missions and outreach? John, he said, you cannot teach ask your church to if you've never taught them how to budget.
Woo! Talk to me.
He said you
Whoa.
can't ask people for 10%
Wow.
and they can't show you where the 90 is.
That's
How you feel about that?
That's actually great.
Really?
I can get behind that.
So you
Now
think-
you got to have people in place. You got to have people in place who know how to teach people how to manage money. But that to me, that makes perfect sense. You want to equip these people, and we understand that we're supposed to tithe. But when you don't know how to manage your money, that 10% become that dime.
Mhm.
That becomes a struggle when a dime shouldn't be a struggle. If I give you $1 and I ask you for a dime, should that dime really hurt you?
Shouldn't. It shouldn't.
But if I don't know how to manage it,
It will. It could.
it could become an issue. So I ain't got no problem with that. I think actually that may be something we look into.
Yeah, because a lot of people they put themselves in a situation where they're trying to tithe and do the right thing, but financially they're putting themselves in a bad situation. Like they really are. They're struggling, especially in this economy. This could be something. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, it's a dime.
Mm-hmm.
You ought to be able to live without that dime without struggling. But if you don't know how to do it, we should be able to equip people to learn how to handle their finances. Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that. And when I heard it was Jamal talking, I was like, sometimes Jamal, sometimes I don't know what I'm down with that.
Yeah. But what would that look like? You have to get people in finance or people that
Even if you have seminars and you bring people from the outside in.
Right.
Because especially with the black church, what we got is Sister Susie, who been the church treasurer for 40 years, and we'll try to have her teach you. And you don't know what Sister Susie been doing with the money if you was to ask for a full account of it.
Right.
But it is good to bring people in and have them just have money management courses. I mean, that's actually something I'm thinking about.
Yeah, well, good, man. We talk about stuff on here that's productive sometimes, y'all. It's not just Trump.
It's I promise you, it's not just Trump. If we could go a week without talking about Trump, but he ain't gonna go a week without doing something.
Oh no, never.
And therein lies the problem.
Never that, man. Oh man, but y'all, now we're talking about presidents earlier, and a lot of people been throwing around the name Stephen A. Smith, the president. They've been throwing it around like crazy. Do you think this is ridiculous? I can tell you do by the way you laughing.
Hey, man, it's funny. We was on our way from church today, and I was listening to Roland Martin.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He went off.
He was not about that. Come on, now. Really, Stephen A. Smith.
Shout out to Roland Martin, by the way.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I mean, people are really throwing because we look at who's in the White House now, a celebrity in chief, as they call him, who didn't have any experience. He got in the White House, so it looks like anybody can do it.
And it's like Roland Martin said, Democrats hold themselves to a different standard than Republicans. You're going to tell me there are no qualified Democrats that can run?
But in all fairness, it's Democrats who are always throwing these crazy names out there, like Kanye, like Will Smith, like Oprah. You've heard this talk before.
Yeah, The Rock.
The Rock. You've heard all this crap.
So guess what? I want you to record this. Democrats can say some of the dumbest things you'll ever hear in your life.
Wait a minute. What did you just say before that?
Because because that's dumb. When you got qualified people who could really do the job and weren't just somebody who yelled at people on TV, not just somebody who can get on TV and bloviate. Yeah, that's one of his words.
It is.
You got governors, you got senators.
Yeah. So again, is it time for people to stop talking about this?
Yes,
nonsense.
please.
It's nonsense.
Please stop. Please.
I think he will run, to be honest with you.
I'm at a point now where I really believe that's what's going to happen too.
Yeah. He keeps getting that political space. He likes to talk politics now more than sports almost. And he goes on these shows on Fox, and then he goes to talk to. He's kind of in the middle. He tries to play both sides.
And if Stephen A. Smith runs for president, I might start to believe Whitlock when he said he was a plant.
Oh, that's what's gonna do it.
Yes.
But he said he's planted the seed though already. Like he's been doing this for how many years now? We've been talking about Stephen A. in politics.
Look, I ain't voting for Stephen A.
What would he run as? What do you think he would run as? Just knowing
he can't run as an independent. He's got to pick a party.
That's what I'm saying. What do you think? I think he's leaning right for sure, Republican.
Yeah, but he may feel like I can't win that way because the odds are Vance is going to be he's going to be your nominee on the Republican side.
So you think his goal would be to run as a Democrat, but then pull some independents in with him?
Yeah, left to center.
Left center people. Yeah, or right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. I did hear Roland go off. It was funny.
I couldn't stop laughing.
He was cussing like crazy.
You want to put this buffoon in office?
And that's his boy. Like they've been on the show a few times together. Though.
Yeah, I was listening to it today, boy. I was rolling.
Oh man. But yeah,
no, I ain't voting for Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know, man. My views on Stephen A. has changed over the years. I used to kind of like Stephen A. Man, I thought he was good, man. But now he's leaning more right, far right. It's weird.
I ain't voting for Stephen A.
No, me either.
I'll sit it out.
You sit it out of Stephen A's. If it's between Stephen A. and
if it's Stephen A. versus JD Vance, I'll sit it out.
You would. Hey, I got to pick Stephen A. If it's between the two. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll probably sit it out. I'll sit it out.
What's that? But it doesn't say something about the standards. How the standards
they've been lowered. Well, really, regardless of what they say, when they put that celebrity in office, I ain't talking about Trump. I'm talking about Reagan.
Oh, that celebrity.
Yeah. So now and then Trump fed the racism, and then The Apprentice made you think he was just so awfully rich.
Businessman.
Great when NBC pretty much told you, no, we made him look this way. And you believed it.
Hey, he got the votes, allegedly.
Yeah, he got the votes. I really hope she says something about that, but she flew high. I appreciate it.
She did. She did. She really did. Kamala really. It was classy. I didn't expect anything, less. I knew it was gonna be classy with her. So,
yeah.
Will she run again though?
I don't know.
I think she will. I think
this book, especially as at the afterword, I think it left the door open. We'll see.
Stand out. sorry, I forgot this part. When she talked about when she went on The View, and she said that she couldn't find anything that she would change that Biden has done. She didn't separate herself from Biden. I think with this book, she definitely separated herself from Biden.
Absolutely, she did. She
Yeah.
did, and she regretted saying that. But hey, once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back.
Yeah, she definitely separated herself from him. Finally, which she should have done before. She's been loyal.
That was hard. That was asking a lot, though. That really was.
I mean, if you look at what was at stake, man, what was like our country was in jeopardy.
But you think about she separates herself from Biden. Now, mind you, the Democrats have already kicked Biden to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
If she separates herself, how many will fall back and say, "I can't believe she did that"?
You're gonna have people that call her disloyal. I get it. I can see that.
Yeah. So how much of that does she have to deal with? And then there becomes another problem.
But I'm saying the independents who weren't sure, she would have definitely gotten their votes. And some Democrats, I think.
Yeah, I don't see how she could have done it. I mean, it would have been good for her to do it and it'd be a smooth break. I don't see.
Yeah.
But what she could have continued to stress is we're two different people.
She said that, but it didn't.
Yeah,
Didn't feel like that. Yeah, it didn't feel like it was true. But yeah, that was. Please, yeah, definitely read this book, man.
Good book. It is a very good book. It's very interesting.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that that listens to the show. And we get feedback from, even if it's negative. Shout out to you because I don't read them anyway. I don't read those comments and negative.
I'm done reading them.
You tell me about them. I appreciate it.
I'm done reading them.
You done? Yeah. Come on, man. You can't help yourself.
I'm not running my pressure up.
Right.
And like I said, the name calling.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Stop reading them, man. But yeah, but continue to comment, share, subscribe, like, do all those things though. But yeah, man. You got anything else?
And you are invited to come on here and explain why you feel the way you feel.
Yeah. I told you that time I wanted to do a live show.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about your earlier text.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. He knows he's invited. Yeah. He's definitely invited on the show, but
there will be no hostility. Now we won't see eye to eye because clearly we don't, but we can discuss it without being disagreeable.
Yeah, we had Annette on here.
Yeah, and Lord knows
we definitely
with nothing she says.
Yeah, we can, like you said, disagree but not be disagreeable. Do that. Yeah. But yeah, you got anything you want to get off your chest before we get out of here, bro?
Donald Trump does not like black people. Praise Jesus.
Yeah, throw that in there. Still waiting on those Epstein files, man.
Yeah, I sure would like to see them Epstein files. Y'all done got scared of the rapture and everything, and Epstein files ain't came out yet.
All right, good pod as always, man. Appreciate you, brother.
I love you, man.
I love you too. Make sure you subscribe, like, do all the things. It's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Peace.
Peace.